Welcome back to another week of social distancing. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. My name is Natalie Sotelo. I'm one of the Rio Bravo tutors with the Gear Up program. Let's go ahead and do a catch up from last week. Last week I talked to you about the university, Utah State University, my mistake. And so this week we're going to elaborate on the advantages and disadvantages of attending this university. Let's go ahead and dive into the disadvantages. So, a disadvantage with this university is that it is not very diverse, with 82.4% of the population of students being white. So, this is important to take into consideration because if you lived in El Paso your whole life, you're always surrounded by a Hispanic dominant community. So, if you would attend this university, you would enter a culture shock. And I can personally say that when I left for my first year of college, I went through a culture shock because I wasn't used to being around different people than me. I was always used to being around people who are like me. So that's something to take into consideration. Another disadvantage is the weather. So Utah State University is located in Logan, Utah. And I Googled how much snow they get in a year, and they get 53 inches of snow a year. So this is very different from El Paso. So your body is already adapted to the desert-like weather and climate. So if you move to somewhere where it snows a lot, your body is going to have to adapt completely to a different environment. Also, you're gonna have to buy different things that you never had, like snow tires, boots, thick coats, beanies, everything, because it's gonna be super cold over there. So you're gonna have to change a lot of things. Another disadvantage is the state tuition. So if you're going to be traveling out of state, it's $22,316. So that is a lot to pay for out of state versus then staying in state. So at UTIP, I would say that it's around $8,000. It also depends on everyone's different schedules, but it's around $8,000. So if you can compare that to an out of state, the tuition is very high. So that's something to take into consideration. Now, let's move on to the advantages. So, an advantage of going to Utah State University is your safety. I went ahead and looked up the crime rate, and it actually has decreased over the years in Logan, Utah. So that is an advantage because you know that if you're traveling far from home, you want to feel safe in your community and your university, and that's something you don't have to worry about at Utah State University. Excuse me. Lastly, there's a student-faculty ratio of 20-1, which helps with the learning environment. You're going to get more attention from your professors, and you're going to be able to talk to them more. You're going to be able to learn better, not be distracted as much because your classroom setting will be small. Next, you will gain experience from leaving for college. Like I said in the beginning of the video, personally, I left my first year for college. I left El Paso and I went somewhere else. And I can guarantee you that you will experience and grow more as a person in yourself than you would staying here. And think about it, what's the worst that can happen? You can come back. That's not a big deal, and there's nothing wrong with that. So just go ahead and try it. I would recommend to any of my students, I strongly suggest that you take into consideration leaving El Paso for school, because you're going to gain experiences and grow as a person and step out of your comfort zone. I hope you found the disadvantages and the advantages of Utah State University helpful. Please make sure to like and share this video. Thank you.